Okay, everyone, happy NaNoWriMo day 27. I can't believe it's day 27. I thought that I would start out today's vlog by sitting down. I feel like the last few days, or since I've been home, I haven't been able to do my standard debrief at the end of the day, sitting at my desk and just talking to you guys and giving you updates on how the writing is going. I feel like the last few days I haven't done very many writing updates, and that's what this is all about. I thought today, you know what, I'll sit down, I'll tell you guys how it's going, I'll give you a full debrief on my progress so far. So last night, Kiara ended up texting me at like 11 or so, and we ended up doing a couple sprints together at 11 p.m. and I ended up hitting 42,000 words. I wanted to give up. I wrote 700 something in the first sprint and I wanted to give up after that. I was so tired, but she was like, you're already up, keep going. You're gonna feel so much better tomorrow about it, knowing that you just wrote your extra words. So I ended up getting around 1,800, which is exactly what I needed in order to stay on track for these next couple of days. I think just something that I'm noticing with Nano is that it's funny, my dad asked me, I told him last night that I ended up writing a bunch last night, and he's like, what are you writing? And I was like, I'm writing my book. He's like, well, no, like, what exactly do you write when you sit down to write? Do you just write random scenes? And I was like, yeah, just random scenes and stuff. And he said, so you just force yourself to write and you just don't let it come naturally and creatively? And I was like, yeah, pretty much. And it's interesting that he brought that up because I feel like half of what I've done this entire month is not good, and I know it's not supposed to be good. I know that's not the point. I know it's a first draft. I understand all of that and everything, but you can absolutely tell when you're reading when something is forced and when something was written just to hit a word count, as opposed to when you sit down to write because you really are inspired to do so and you've got these really creative ideas and you just want to get them on the page. There's a stark difference, and I can tell in my writing. Maybe that's not the case for everyone, but for me, I can absolutely tell. And I'm like thinking about, you know, after Nano, I've been thinking a lot about what I'm gonna do with this book, because there's no way that I've just spent an entire month writing this book and for me not to do something with it, whether that be posted on Wattpad or on some other site where I can share my work, or if I really want to take it down the publishing route. I've been thinking a lot about what I want to do with it, and the amount of work that I'm going to have to put in, and oh god, this is just so hard because I know I put in so much work for my other book, which I didn't write with a deadline or anything like that. Like I wrote when I felt like writing, I wrote when the ideas came, and I spent a long time doing so, and I revised and revised, and then I wrote and revised some more, and so I've been through that whole process. But it just feels like the writing that I'm doing now is so incredibly forced, and I'll read some scenes that I've written that are like 3,000 or 4,000, not scenes, I'll read some like chapters or bits that I've written that come out to be like 3,000 or 4,000 words, and I look at it and I say, this whole thing could easily be rewritten. In fact, it probably does need to be rewritten. And it's like, oh my god, well, what was the point? You know, like why didn't I just, I don't know. I guess I'm just wrapping my head around this whole thing, and I know that I'm probably reading way too much into this. NaNoWriMo is simply a fun challenge to partake in every November. It's an organization that does great things. It's all in good fun. But as someone who's really trying to make writing a career, and I want that to be what I do with my life, it's interesting to look at challenges like this and say, okay, how quickly can I churn out a book? And I think for me, what I'm realizing is that I just am not happy with the process of totally getting a bunch of words on the page in a short amount of time and then spending a fair bit of time going back and revising and doing all of that. I also think that as someone who isn't a plotter. I cannot plan. You guys all have watched that from the very beginning. I can't read too much into my books. I can't plan too much, otherwise it all turns out really bad. As someone who can't plan very much, I really do rely on things to come naturally and things to evolve and shift with time. And the more I write, the more I discover. And that is how I work and that is how I operate. And so to put myself in this position where I'm forced to write every day, or I'm forced to write a large quantity in a short amount of time, I just don't think I vibe with it. I mean, I'm doing it. Clearly, you guys are seeing that I'm doing it every single day, but I just don't know if I'm all too happy with the work that I'm producing. So that's all. I just wanted to come on here and share some little initial thoughts. I will be giving a full grand debrief on how I've felt throughout this whole process when the month is over, and I've hopefully won NaNoWriMo for the first time in 6 years. But these are just some little thoughts that I'm having now. I was thinking about that last night. I was so tired and I was desperately trying to reach my quota, and every sentence that I wrote, I didn't stop and I just kept going, but I was like, this is awful and I hate this and it's all gonna get deleted in a few days. I know it is. So I don't know. These are just some thoughts that I'm having. I'd love to know what your guys' take is on this. I think it would be really interesting to open up a conversation that discusses how your writing style and how you approach writing as an author translates to doing a challenge like this. I think for me, I'm just finding that these two things don't vibe necessarily that well for me. As I've mentioned before, when quarantine first started and I was doing really heavy edits and work and writing on my book that I'm going to be publishing, I would sit down in the morning and, honest to God, write until it was dark outside. And the entire day would pass by and I would have not even noticed because I was so focused on my writing and I was churning out all of these words, and I was just like scene after scene, chapter after chapter. I would organize as I go and revise, and things would come up and I would, you know, lean in, and it was just this creative flurry for months, and I ended up finishing a whole book in that time period. So when I looked at Nano in the beginning, I was like, this is gonna be a piece of cake, because when I'm given the opportunity to spend all day, every day writing, then I'm easily gonna finish. I truly thought that I was gonna be able to hit 60,000 words because I was proven to do so when quarantine started. And I think what I'm realizing now is just, you know, every story is different. That may have worked for the other book that I was writing. It's not working for this book. And yeah, just how to deal with that and how to cope with that and figure that out. That's all. Anyway, this has been a long little update, but I just wanted to share this with you and kind of give you a little update of where I'm at. I'm at 42,000 words on November 27th, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be able to finish this thing. Speaking of finishing this thing, we also are doing little shirt designs. Again, I'm just really into a personalized shirt for this thing. I also think, since it's my first time winning, I'd love for it to say like 1 out of 6 or something funny like that. I'd also like maybe for it to have a little element of my story, similar to how we have the tokens on the sweatshirt. I think I would like my shirt to have something with a little element of my story, or maybe, I don't know, something fun. I think it'd be cute if it said something like, have I written today? No. Will I get it done? Yes. I don't know. Something. I love the idea of a personalized shirt. we are doing our own winter shirts for Nano. Again, if you choose not to support NaNoWriMo through buying their merch and you choose to make your own things, then I would at least suggest that you please give to them in any other way that you can, whether that just be a straight up donation or anything like that. But they do get a lot of their funding through merch, and so it's important that, you know, if you are going to do your own kind of a design, then maybe you give back to them in another way. That's my piece on that. So yeah, I just realized that I've got literally like a day, 2 days to make this design and then put the shirts together. I brought the shirts and then I have the transfer paper and everything, but I just need to figure out what I'm gonna do for that so that way they can be ready and washed and taken care of when we get to the cabin. So that's what's up with that. Need to do that today. Of course, need to write. I'm also gonna hop on a call with Kiara and Sarah as we do some finalizing of cabin plans. And I need to get this video uploaded. Yeah, I combined the 2 videos from the past 2 days. So they're all one big thing for you guys to enjoy. I think that's it. We've kind of got a hefty to-do list, and I think tonight I'm going to see my friend Megan. I think I might go over to her house or something like that. So a lot's going on. That is all right. I will take you with me every step of the way. First things first, I need to send this video off to Kiara. Great question.
You're muted, Kate.
Shit. There we go, in my back. I took out my AirPods because now I'm vlogging, and so I wanted them to be able to hear what was happening here. Wow, here we are. You guys look great. Hello, wow. Hair looking slightly better, face looking just as yikes. It is probably around 6 p.m. now. Finished up with my call with Sarah and Kiara around like 4:30. And then I just took a shower and got ready. I think I am going to go to Megan's in a little bit just to say hi and catch up. I still need to, before I go though, I still need to sit down and try and figure out some kind of a design or logo for these shirts. And then I think we decided that we're going to put a quote from each of our books on the back. So I need to find a quote. It's funny because it's the first draft, this quote that I choose may not even end up in the actual book, but you know what? It's just something to commemorate the book that we wrote in 2020 for NaNoWriMo. So I need to find a quote, and then I need to quickly draft up some kind of a design for the little winter logo thing, and then I'm gonna head over to Megan's. It's crazy, it feels so late. It's like pitch black outside, it feels so late, and it's only 6 p.m. So I need to like snap out of it, because I'm like, it's too late to go to Megan's, and it's not too late to go to Megan's. So I am going to do that right now. I will show you if I come up with any cool little designs. Just got to Megan's. I don't know how much I'm gonna vlog because I haven't seen her in a long time and I'm really excited to catch up, but I'll figure it out. Oh my gosh, say hi you guys.
Hey.
Oh my god, Megan. Megan, get your head out from under there. Thanks.
Hey, reporting. Oh, hi. It's Katelin Urgo.
Thank you. With the fire in the background, that's really adorable.
So cute.
Do you guys have anything you'd like to say?
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Thanks,
and
Gracie.
Notifications on.
Thank you, Gracie.
So, yeah. Buy her book.
Yes.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so good.
Thank you guys. Okay, I just got back from Megan's. I had a really nice time visiting with her and her family. I now have to do all of my writing. It's 9:44, there's no need for that. I now have to do all of my writing for the evening, so like 2,000 words or so I have to get done tonight, which honestly should be a piece of cake. I'm really excited to write. And then also, let me show you a quick little design that I came up with that I'm going to perfect tomorrow and then do the t-shirts tomorrow. It's looking like that. So that's a fun little sneak peek for you. But I am going to end the vlog here. So if you enjoyed today's video, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you are not already, then feel free to subscribe. I am vlogging and posting every day in the month of November in honor of NaNoWriMo. It is like Vlogmas, but for writers. Also, if you haven't yet turned on the notification bell, then you may want to do that just so you don't miss any of my videos. And I think it helps with algorithm stuff for me. And my goal is to try and reach 300 subscribers by the end of the year. I only have a month left to do it, so I don't know, but you know, if you want to help me reach that goal, then come join. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Now go write something.